what I was doing was trying to map the flood risk for historic resources in New Jersey, looking both at riverine flooding and coastal flooding, and trying to look at it both currently and then projected into the future with climate change. I started by getting data from the New Jersey State Historic Preservation Office that showed all the historic resources in the state. From there, I had two data layers that I used to help me map flood risk. The first one came from FEMA, and it was their flood insurance rate maps, commonly used for insurance. And what they do is show the flood risk for a community by mapping the 100-year floodplain and the 500-year floodplain. The second data set I looked at for flooding was mean high water level. So the mean high water is the average highest daily high tide observed at each location from 1983 to 2001. So I'm getting an average of what the high tide is at each area. And so what I used was data that added height above that mean high water level, so that I could use it to project out what sea level rise would be and what conditions are during storm events. Historic resources add a lot to the communities that they're in. They have economic value, cultural value, just kind of an intrinsic value to the people that live in those communities, because it's a sense of connection to the past. And with climate change, it puts basically all the resources in the state at risk. And I think what we wanted to show was that the historic resources need to be protected now before it's too late. For practitioners, this analysis can help show which historic resources are vulnerable and potentially prioritize the most vulnerable for efforts to protect them and prevent flooding. That way, resources are directed to what's needed most rather than a variety of resources without understanding, well, is that really at risk? So when I had the opportunity to be involved with work to actually operationalize what we know in New Jersey to show, hey, this is what climate change is putting at risk. This is a reality that we need to act now. I jumped at the chance. I just wanted to be a part of what I hope is a solution to some of the impacts and problems climate change is causing.